I had just one paper published at that time. Adding a paper is like an extra validation that okay, it has gone through a peer review thing and people know about it. But I don't think it plays a very important role.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this video. We are very glad to start interview experiences. And today we have Preetha Ganguly. She got placed in Samsung R&D and she is IIT Madras alumnus. Welcome, Preetha. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Ellen, for giving me this opportunity to be at your show and sharing my experience. I hope people benefit from this.
Let's directly start with my first question. I would like to ask, when you started your placement preparation?
So I started a bit late because I had a couple of deadlines. So I started around in July. So usually people start from January, but I was like 6 months late. And the first things which people do is like they start with the coding rounds where you have Geeks for Geeks, Lead Code, interview bit, the usual. You start practicing there. Then I guess the companies start to come in September. So I knew that I wanted to sit for data science profiles, not for software engineers. But after discussing with my batchmates, I realized that even though you are you want a data science profile, it's always good to start giving the coding round, because the more you practice, the more better you get. And I guess that helped me a lot because all the major data science companies, they usually come in November or late October. So by that time I was quite prepped up and I knew how to handle, when you're sitting in a big classroom giving the test with so many of the students, that mindset is very important. So if you don't start giving the exams early, so you might miss out on that.
Right. So you mentioned a very important point that although you wanted to sit for data science profile, but you still were preparing for competitive coding as well.
Yeah.
From where you used to do practice?
So mine mostly it was interview bit and Geeks for Geeks, and we had this I would recommend you should have a team of your own when you are preparing for placements, because you alone cannot practice and solve every problem. It is not possible. There are thousands and thousands of problems are there. So you do suppose 10 and you ask a couple of your friends to try some other problem, and then you discuss and then you try to code it up. So that I think always helps, and that also boosts your preparation, because now you have covered 15 to 50 different problems instead of just 10. So I guess that everybody should do this. They should have a study group. It really helps.
So you already gave so many exams of different companies. So yeah, according to you, what are some major topics which everyone should cover while preparing?
Tree and graph. So that is like the bread and butter. So right. And arrays is also there, but the difficult questions is trees and graphs. So most of them were from there. And right. So most companies, they had you have to do 3 questions. So out of the 1 will be array and the rest 2 will be tree and graph. And dynamic programming, so important. You cannot just ignore that. No matter you are in a data science profile or so, dynamic programming will be there.
Right.
So I would say to focus on that. Yes.
If someone has solved the entire interview bit, so will he be able to do almost all the questions?
Yeah, at least the basic idea you can get. See, I mean, the things will not be exactly the same as you find it in interview bit, right? But after solving a couple of things, you know how to tackle that problem. Because sometimes I feel coding is maybe for not a very important part. It's how you approach the problem is more important. So if you crack that, which takes the maximum amount of time, then coding it up is comparatively easier. I would not say very easy, but once you solve a couple of problems, then you know, okay, so I have this type of problem. Okay, I will apply this method and then use this data structure, and that will help me.
Right. So
I guess you get that sense when you practice more.
Is placement all about only coding or something else?
So yeah, I mean the first round, no matter which company or which profile you are sitting, first rounds are usually coding, and then there are also companies along with coding they ask you some aptitude based questions. Some question I remember for Walmart we had a couple of data science questions were also there. For JP Morgan we had a math based quiz along with coding. Coding is bread and butter, that will be there. Apart from that, you'll have a bit of data science or math.
You also mentioned that you were your main focus was for a data science profile job. So how you prepared machine learning, deep learning?
Okay, so coding is like you have to practice coding every day, and also with that, like you cannot ignore the basics of machine learning, statistics, and everything, because they don't directly start with deep learning. All they want is like the basics like regularization, random forest, and everything. So for beginners, like for starters, I started with the NPTEL course of Balraman Ravindran sir, which is there on YouTube. But his machine learning course, it's a bit on the heavier side, but like after 3 years of MS, I guess I was able to handle that.
Right.
And there are also like YouTube videos of Mathematical Monk, which was really helpful. And then Mitesh Khapra sir's deep learning lectures. Yeah, these were the ones I started with, and there are a couple of blogs which are there. So there are topics like regularization and like Adabos. So these topics you can directly search on YouTube, and there is a lecture series known as StatQuest by Josh Sharma. So that is really helpful because they are very short and crisp videos which just explain that topic, and that really helps me in my preparation. Like पहले तो you read the basic, जो मैंने books तो नहीं पढ़ा था like ML के लिए, followed Ravi sir's courses only, but then there were some topics which was difficult to grasp in a like only in a lecture. So you take that topic, search, read a couple of blogs, and then the next thing which is important is you try to explain it to your batchmates, because once you can explain it well, then you know that you have understood it well. So that we did a lot, like me and my batchmate, we used to he used to read a couple of topics, I used to read a couple of topics, and we used to explain it to each other. Because we would like imagine that we are in an interview and we would go up to the board and try to like explain it with diagrams and equations and everything. So that really helps.
So I know about your friend circle. All of them are very genius. Whenever I used to have discussions, it was on another level. So it was also my luck, or fortunately we were in same lab. So I was lucky in that sense. So
yeah, even I consider myself very lucky.
I don't think so. So in machine learning or in statistics or probability, linear algebra, you gave a lot of interviews. So according to you, what are some few topics in machine learning which are expected that you should know it and you should know it thoroughly?
Okay. So to begin with, there is the regularization techniques. You should know the difference between L1 and L2 regularizers, and how do the curves form, okay? Because they ask you to explain it with the equation and each and everything, like why it is like this, why not that, okay? So that you should be able to do it. And then you have these clustering algorithms, like why k-means is bad, so what can you do to improve that? Then you have random forest and like trees. So that is again like Adabos, and these are like extremely important because they don't expect you to know like very complicated algorithms, but the basics they expect you to know. And if you have written that deep learning, they would like really like it if you know CNN, SAN, LSTM, these things. What I realized is what you write in your resume, you should know each and every part of that. Don't lie in your resume. Like, that is very important because they actually pick up the course projects and they ask you specific to that. What have you done here and what are some of the important aspects of this? And they start going deep into that.
Right. So since you have mentioned about project, how important are project, and also I know about your research that you have couple of paper published, how important role it plays in placements, and how do you think if you have paper, will it help during placements?
So the thing is that when you are a MS student, okay, the first thing when you go inside the interview room, the first thing they ask you is about your like what is your work, what is your MS thesis about. So when you start explaining that, and I guess they look at that, okay, how did you come up with the problem, what literature survey you did, how extensive was it, and how that is the most important thing of a researcher, that उसने कितना background study किया है and what led you to reach to that problem that you're trying to solve. And having a paper, because I had related to my research, I had just one paper published at that time. Adding a paper is like an extra validation that okay, it has gone through a peer review thing and people know about it. But I don't think it plays a very important role. As long as you are able to make justice to the fact that okay, you have done enough research about your problem, I guess that is enough.
Do they ask all the equations, whatever you have used in your paper, or everything they asked?
For me, for mine was a more application side, so I didn't have many equations in my paper. But in the course project which I did, there were a couple of loss functions were there. So there they were like, why did you use this loss function? Why not something else? Can you explain it with the equation and all? So yeah, I mean, math plays an important role if you're looking for a data science role, because see, there are many courses on YouTube where you can just go and learn the concept. But when you get into the mathematical details, that is what they want, that you should be very clear with the basics. Like, it's not very difficult. Just like whatever you say, make sure that you know the math behind it.
Right. So let's talk about the final interview. So how was all the interview rounds?
So if you found this video helpful, do like it, share and subscribe to the channel IIT and Dreams for more such wonderful content.
I can't get you out of my mind. It's like I feel it for the first time. Been thinking about you all night. I've been searching for this all my life.